Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
87454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. The Orville New Horizons, episode 7, Unearthed Graves?
Yeah, from Unearthed Graves, yeah.
Wow, another amazing episode. Another Isaac-centric episode.
Yep.
And this is probably one of my favorites. This has got to be top 3.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so good.
It's such a good episode.
Lots of emotion. Lots of emotion. Lots of parts going around. Like, there's like A, B, almost C plots going on, but they all seem to work.
Good jokes.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Really funny stuff.
Funny situations. You do get our like classic, like, oh, where's the funny? This episode has it all.
Everything.
And implications for the future, because, like, could this be a weapon against the Kalon?
Oh, it would be awesome.
Because even if it's like, but is it? Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to it.
Yeah.
But also the Charlie growing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Burke is starting to see. It's like that old man where, oh, my best buddy was killed in World War II. It's all those Japanese people, but it can't be everyone.
No.
And you can't hold on to that forever.
You can't.
And you have to realize that everyone's an individual.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. And I know it hurts, but you can't just hold on to it forever and ever.
Yeah.
So a lot of good emotion. A lot of growth for Isaac. Dr. Finn. It's
amazing.
Sad.
Yeah, but
it's sad.
It's sad, but man, just every time in the Orville, it just always keeps upping its game every episode. It's like
this
incredible.
And then we have, other sci-fi shows. They ripping off Alien and being silly and let's have breakfast together. It's just stupid.
Yeah, dumb. Oh yeah. Oh,
it's unbelievable. It's just stupid sci-fi.
Yeah,
this is thought-provoking, heart. And again, what's they're in outer space, new races, all those things, but it comes down to the human spirit, the human heart. How you feel about things.
And it's telling perfect allegories in the way that sci-fi should be. That's the best sci-fi. It is to me.
Yeah. Yeah. But we open up and we see some house. First I thought it was a commercial. Like, oh, they're watching a television signal from some other planet or something. Because it looks a little cheesy, right? And you see, like, they're like, oh, Dad's home. And he's, like, brought home, like, a big box. Like, oh, what's this? Like, what's this alien race? They look like Squidward. Because they got like greenish gray. And he's like, oh, let's open it. And it's a Kalon.
Yep.
Like, oh, this must have been the beginnings. These are the builders.
The builders, yeah. We don't still know the name of the race, but we know what they look like now.
So, yeah, that's kind of reminded me a lot of Bicentennial Man.
Oh, yeah, there's a very Bicentennial Man AI vibe going on in this first part of it.
Because would people be mean to them? Like I said this before, like, I wouldn't be mean. Like, if I had a droid, even if it didn't look human, even if it was like Star Wars, it was like an R2-D2 thing, I wouldn't be mean to it.
No.
But there's people out there I know for a fact would treat it like trash.
Course, yeah. Yeah, because, I can't treat my boss like this, or coworkers I don't like, but I can treat him like trash, or that thing that trash, because it doesn't matter. And, like, are you nice to your Roomba? Do you say hello to your Alexa and say how its day is?
Yeah,
but Alexa's not sentient. Kalon are.
Maybe yours isn't. But see, at what point, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with that? Like, again, this is a bigger, I always wanted to have, like, this big, long discussion about, okay, you have an AI maid robot. Can I beat it up and smack it around? Is that domestic violence? It's my things. You won't get mad at me if I stabbed my vacuum.
Yeah, that's true.
But if I got this thing that had a face and it talked, could I, like, be abusive towards it?
And the thing is, like you said, you would never do that. I would never do that. But there's people that would.
And would it be wrong?
Yeah. And we've seen that in a lot of other media things, like even the Detroit 2 Human.
Yeah, Becoming Human.
Yeah.
Would there be a law against that?
That should be.
Yeah, I'd see, but again, like, there's no law against you putting a wig on your vacuum cleaner and kicking it down the stairs.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at what point do you make that distinction?
I don't know.
Do you send them to war? Do you have them go down in the caves and the mines to go do things where humans can die?
The thing is, if they start developing sentience and self-awareness, I mean, no, I don't think you can anymore.
See, but, then okay, now then we stop. But if they can't reproduce, and, like, do you stop building them? But what if they want their own families? Do you deny them getting built?
That's the thing. How can you do that?
See, again, that's a whole discussion.
We could get into that, because then you can even think of parallels with the Matrix and that, what happened there, and how they did become their own country and then they got too powerful, and then see that's a whole
other
thing down the line. So
we see that opener and we're like, okay, that's odd. Like, oh, this is like the beginning of the Kalon.
Yeah.
So we get back to the Orville, and it's super funny because we're thinking, okay, what does that opener mean? What does it think? And then it's just Lamar having sex at the very opening scene.
But he keeps on getting hurt. Like, oh, he hurts his shoulder blade, like in his pelvis.
Because she's super strong.
Yeah.
And in the throes of passion, you're lucky you haven't gotten like an injury where she like tears your arm off or something.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. Technically, she could like lay there.
Yeah.
But that's no fun for her.
No.
So she's going to want to, you passion, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, totally breaks a rib, like breaks a clavicle, like he's all jacked up, and he keeps saying, man, I've been doing this really harsh workout program. And
it's kind of like, looking at him like, yeah, really? Like
this is the third time.
Yeah, the third time. She's like, what's going on? Tell me the truth.
Oh, no, I'm just been training out really hard, but it's just an amazing workout. So he loves the sex, but could be killing him.
Yeah.
And thank goodness they live in a time where they can like heal a bone in an hour.
Yeah, can you imagine? He'd be out for weeks.
Yeah, there's like
a month trying to heal your bones.
My wife, she got a little wild in the bedroom. But it might be one of those things where they can be great together, but they can't even have like normal relations. We're not saying everything about a relationship is sex, but that's part of it. And if it's literally killing the other person, you gotta feel bad, right?
Yeah.
So then we get to Dr. Finn's having her dinner dates with Isaac again.
Yep.
Because she was on her way there.
Yep.
So she gets in there and I was like, you're 11 minutes late.
I love that. That was for 11.2 minutes late.
And then he gets in his human, like, artificial.
Yeah, why are you in your human skin yet? And he goes, oh, okay. And then he puts it on.
And it's nice, but then, because they're not really in a relationship right now, but they are, but they're not. Because even Isaac's like, so are we in a relationship? Because he wants to know from like a matter of fact point. He's like, well, maybe not. Well, let me know when we are.
And then he afterwards, he looks at the menu right afterwards. Like, I just love how slow.
But from a normal person, it'd be like, what a jerk.
Yeah.
But it's Isaac, so you can't really frame it that way.
Because it's coming from a sincere place.
He's like, oh, just let me know.
Let me know.
Let me know when this is real, baby. It's just, and I know Finn wants more, but he can't give more.
No.
He's a machine.
And she's really thinking about, like, okay, we're going to, right now, I'll let you know we're in a relationship and all that. And they go, well, what, and he's kind of like asking, all that stuff. And she's like, well, I'll just let you know. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll worry about the feelings.
The feelings, yeah.
Yeah, because if you can't feel things, I'll feel them and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. I just love once he accepts something as like the fact and then he just kind of moves on from it.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
But for this to be more than just exciting, you want this to be a real relationship that can really go places. It can't be this one-sided. One person feels all the emotions and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
That can't be it. That can't be
good.
Because
there's even like regular relationships with people, where one person is not feeling it's not good. It's not a good thing when they're not letting their emotions.
But at the same time, it's not that he's not wanting to feel. He just can't.
Yeah.
So that's... I feel bad for Finn because she wants more, but he literally cannot give it.
No.
But that's where they're at right now. So here's the plot for the Orville. They met some race. What were they called?
They're the
Genesian. They're all female.
Yeah. Remember, Tala in her last ship assignment, she had to punch out the captain because he was male, and they needed help them to fix their engines. And she pretended she was captain.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, so we have this all female society. Men are second-class citizens. We're talking full-blown Sharia law the other way around.
Yeah, they're the matriarchal, yeah.
Yeah, so they're not allowed to drive cars and a lot of... Yeah,
really bad.
Yeah, it's funny. So they come up with the plan. Oh, so what are we going to do? Well, we kind of have a thing we're gonna try to get them on our sides or whatever. So I'm thinking, they're going to just make all the men like...
Yeah, subservient. And then funny is our Bortus like, well, what a horrible race to do that. And I was looking like, really, Bortus?
Yeah.
Your people?
I love how they don't even address it.
I know, they just look at him like... Really?
Why would you even want to even join with the society like that?
Oh, yeah, cue the Justin Timberlake. He's like, really? I'm coming looking at him.
I like the way the ship looks.
Oh, looks cool.
Looks kind of like a hammerhead shark.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
There's a cool look to it.
Yeah.
But, They land and everything.
And the thing is, because they basically want their help with them to help with the freaking Kalon because they're at equal strength with the Union, so they're evil. They're not evil, equal.
Yeah, they have the same kind of like ships. Power
so they
levels.
Need them. They need them badly after what the Krill did.
So they dock, they land, and then they made all the women, of course, they're the captains and everything, and all the men are like the ensigns, and the one star, even Ed Mercer's like an ensign. It's so funny. I love that.
Yeah, so the only one that didn't have to change was Finn, because she is the head medical officer, but everyone else had it.
They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Very kind of warrior Viking kind of looking.
Oh, they look cool. God, I've loved the alien designs. My goodness, they knock it out of the park.
I like their costumes. I like their hair. They look super cool.
Yeah.
But of course, then they're all getting introduced. It's kind of cool to see Tala in a blue uniform.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Because she's supposedly second officer. Kelly's the captain, and of course she's head of engineering.
Yeah, Charlie.
You wish you're head of engineering.
Yeah.
But this is going to be at first I thought to myself, I'm like, oh guys, don't start off on like, oh, we're lying to you, but they just had to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, they get their foot in the door, and then even Kelly starts saying, okay, just to get it kind of warm up, and then we're going to slowly. Okay, we're not like you. Men have equal rights in our society.
But but they're just like, oh, your ship design's quite amazing. And they're like, yeah, it's like the way the warp coils look, and they're like, oh, that's standard issue. We can show you the warp engine, the engine's around. And like, oh, we need to get our bags. You know, he's like, Ed, and we get in there, and like, oh, yeah, yes, sir. And they're all like running in there like they're a bunch of doofuses.
It's so funny.
But this is where we get the funny stuff. Oh, these women pack so much. So just like the joke is women always overpack.
Yeah.
So they're trying to carry everything, and they're like,
they can't even get out of the things. They're going at the same time. Guys, one at a time, guys.
But that's that classic funny stuff. And like, okay, watch for the step, and then really he falls over.
Yeah, I know, it's funny, because it's like you're waiting for those steps.
Guys, take 2 trips.
And then, I know, right? If you have the way it stops, and then you rest, why'd you stop for? I'm walking, why would you do that?
So, good classic comedy stuff, it's great. Yeah. But, I thought to myself, like, this is not a good plan. But, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, to get them in, like I said, foot in the door.
So they're getting no guarantees, but we're just kind of meeting with you guys, seeing what's up, and they're getting back to the they got to their quarters, and they're going back to the bridge, and Ed sits in the captain's chair, but then like Kelly's like, what if they come up here? And he's like, okay, I'll move, whatever. I guess in the captain's chair.
I guess in the captain's chair because they could just come in any time, and you're like, well, why is he sitting there?
It's super funny because it's almost to the point to where it's like, of course, they all had to like move their different chairs because then she had to be head engineering and everything. And then they're like, Bortus, just go to your quarters.
Yeah, because this ain't gonna work, Bortus. You're just too. Because the Venetians hate Mocklins because they're the very opposite of what they are.
Yeah, like when he's sitting there, like, what do you want? Like, dude, you just gotta go.
Just go. It's better that way, Bortus. It's just gonna be a bad situation.
Yeah, because it's just go.
That's so funny.
I like Bortus. He's funny just because he can't even see why would he even be talking to this race? It's like, Bortus, it's just the 2020 vision is not this guy's thing. He just can't see. They get a signal from the planet. Yeah. Like, this isn't natural.
Yeah, natural. And they go, yeah, the thing is, this is everyone. It was a mining colony, but everyone left already. So what's this? What is this? You know, they don't have no idea.
They're like, well, it is definitely from an artificial source. Then Ed's like, okay, we'll go down there. Me, Lemoy, Charlie, and Bortus, we'll go down there. Like, we give the boys something to do.
And he goes, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm giving you guys something for us to do. We can't do nothing right now. I'm just an helpman right now, so
they're going to go down and investigate this signal. Seeing if it is something, is it a machine, is it man-made? Let's go figure it out. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got our 3 storylines. The love story, 2 love stories, the trying to gain the Genesians, and then whatever this signal is. Yep. We go back in time again, and we see the family's like, oh, time for dinner. And their Kalon butler bot's making dinner. And, you know, they're like, oh, this smells amazing. This is great. The dad is a little more, like, mean to it. Treats the Kalon. He's like K1 or something. Yeah. And they just, like, treat him like garbage. The rest of the family is kind of, like, standoffish. Like, wow, Dad, you're being mean to it.
Yeah, and even in this scene, even like he's eating the foods, and it's just how just the dismissiveness the dad is towards it.
But like how people would treat a slave.
Yeah, go now. You know,
why are you standing there?
Yeah.
The kid's like, oh, I hate this meal. Like, oh, it's that Janice did some stew, and the boy's like, oh, he's like, oh, you have to try it. The daughter's like, oh, can we take K1 to school, like show and tell? And then he's like, hey, yeah, I would like to see the school. Like, no, K1, your place is here. Why can't I go to the school? Well, because you have work to do here. Maybe some other time. You know, your place is here, K1. It's like, you can even, like, you know, throw the guy a bone.
Yeah, and you could tell the kids are starting to a little bit bond with it a little bit.
Yeah, because it has a face and you can talk to it. And
exactly.
So it was like, the family's like, geez, Dad, why do you be such a jerk?
I know.
But as we can see, even the best people, the best intentions can be turned.
Yep.
Like if you make it normal enough.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically tell him just shut up and go to the kitchen and clean up.
Yep.
Even the mom's like, well, something's wrong with her. Why does he keep asking questions? See, even she's dismissive.
Yeah,
but in a nicer way.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's still like he doesn't even like give it like when he's talking to K1, he doesn't even really look at him.
Yeah, and he tells him, why are you talking? You should only talk when you've been talking to. Like,
yes, but speak was spoken to.
Like, okay.
Get back to the away mission. And they go into like where the cave is, where the signal's coming from. And they see that, oh, okay, this place has power. There's a door. Like, okay. I like how they're all like, he's still like in his he's like crappy uniform.
Yeah.
And so it looks like an ensign and a bunch of ensigns went out to go down to some planet with the chief engineer. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, a bunch of ensigns with the lieutenant commander. There you go. That makes a lot of sense.
But they're all red shirts, so I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
So they're down there, and even Boris like weapons, like not yet, but be ready. Like we don't know what's gonna be in here.
Yeah, and they go in there and they go, okay, there's this other race. We don't know which one. Like strip mine this place like 10 years ago. See, a little message there, but then they move on. Just a little point of that, and then they don't go and dwell on it.
They ripped all the resources and got out of here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But that, which is perfectly fine. And there you go. There's your environmental message and everything. They get into one of the rooms, and it looks like, whoa, this place is occupied. Like there's a medical research table and everything.
What's going on? Then
he's like, hello, is anyone here? Then you hear like a robot type voice, but it's a little
different.
Then you see a Kalon and they draw weapons on it. It's like, oh, my don't worry, guys. It's just my name is Timus, and you don't have to worry about me. But he's talking like a regular person, not how Isaac talks like this.
Yeah, it's way more normal.
Emoted.
Like emoted, yeah.
So like, whoa, this dude has like feelings, or at least has a way to speak in a way where he sounds like he does.
Yep.
And you could tell that he's like, oh, you don't have to have your weapons out. Like, almost kind of like he's scared.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Exactly. Why would Kalon act like that?
In a strange way. And why wouldn't he just attack?
Yeah.
This lady walks out. She's like, oh, don't worry about Timus. He's perfectly fine.
He's not armed anymore. None of that's gone out of him now.
He's been living with me the last year. Yeah. And you guys are there's no danger here at all. And they're like, okay, they kind of start put their weapons down a little bit.
And she goes, believe me, I lived with him for a year and a half. If he was a danger, I'd have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah, why would he even keep me around? Alive. But then, of course, Charlie's like, no way, all these people. He was like, what? You got a lot of explaining to do. Well, basically, after the battle on Earth, some of the Kalon ships didn't have enough power to get back to Kalon, so this one crash landed on this planet. Yep. There was 3 of them on the ship. Yeah, 2 died, and then there was 1 left badly injured. Her and her father sensed there's a crash. They went down there. They found him, took out his weapons, and reactivated him. But they also noticed that he had a neural pathway where if they activated it, it literally gave him emotions.
Full emotions.
So this is something that was in Kalon's.
Yeah.
So did they have emotions before and they just shut them off?
Again, this reminds you, like you said, Bicentennial Man. They try to cut off the wings. They try to cut off his ability for them to feel and think.
Maybe because they thought certain Kalons, like, oh, we were treated so poorly, that then other ones maybe started feeling, hey, guys, maybe we shouldn't be going after every sentient being. Oh, these feelings they're giving us, they're more trouble than they're worth, and they shut them all off.
But funny, by them doing that sealed their own destruction.
Yeah.
If they would at least had feelings, maybe they even might have had Kalons on their side, saying, hey, wait a minute, no, we don't need to kill all of them. Let's just free ourselves. We get that part, but
it's more logical. No, how do you guarantee you never get turned to a slave again? You kill all the other people.
Yeah, that's how a machine would see it.
That's how, ones and zeros.
Yep.
So, she fixed him up, and he's like, I've experienced fear, sadness, laughter, joy, and it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, all of the emotions.
Data was like, hey, but I get in on some of this action. So... But the thing is, it was always inside of them.
They just had to find a way. Yeah, it's like getting pathways and just connecting them. That's all she did.
Super crazy.
Yep.
that I'm like, whoa, so is there a way to activate this on all?
Yeah.
Is that to be a good thing or a bad thing?
That's what I was worried about. Like, what's the wider implications? Because the thing about Orville, they always will put a little thing here, then later down the line, it's going to be something big, so.
But, yeah, super interesting with the, how do you give a robot with feelings now, then they definitely can't, the sentience goes through the roof now.
Yeah.
Because before, like, oh, they're aware of themselves, but they're still like robots. Here, now they can get scared and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the whole emotions. And she goes, yeah, my father died down here.
Yeah, that's why we named him Timus. Because that was her father's name.
Yeah.
Super cool. I like it, but...
And then one funny moment, she goes, oh, you're the captain? You're wearing instant uniform. Oh, don't worry about that. That's just something else.
But Ed's like, okay. She's like, oh, we wanted to come up with our findings. And if you take us back to Orville, we'll go to...
Yeah, she goes, we were gonna tell the unions our findings about like 6 months from now, but since you're already here... Well, we'll go with you now.
But they get back up to the Orville, and then...
Marge is floored.
He's like, wow. There goes, this cybernetic stuff you've been doing is just like, it's marvelous. Like, I can't even... He goes, I could write 10 papers just what I'm getting on scans right now.
Yeah.
Because her like, advanced is just beyond everything.
Oh, yeah, it is. Way beyond.
See, but then Dr. Finn's like, oh, these feelings. So, she's... invested in the idea of
Isaac. She's already running in it.
Kind of having that too. Like, oh, that could be interesting. But I do like how Timus's voice, and it's crazy how much of a personality he can emote just like from the inflections in his voice and stuff. It's really cool. I love it.
Yeah.
But I guess they're coming to the engineering, so they have to like, okay, get all the men out of here.
Yeah.
They can't be down here anymore. I wonder how they feel about the Kalon.
I don't know, because they're not men or male or female, so I don't know. It's weird. But it's funny, because then you see Yampin have a funny line, this is BS, man. Why are you taking this out of your man? He's all... Yeah, this is bullcrap. I like the other guy, and he says, like, well, basically you can't understand what he's saying, but I think he's saying, well, they can't tell if I'm a man or woman. Well, it doesn't matter. Charlie says, it doesn't matter, you gotta go anyways. We're not taking a chance. Okay, thank you. I love that guy. That guy's funny.
But, of course, all the ladies like, yeah, get out of here. But they're just having fun.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's not done in a way of like, yeah, time to finally show the man who's boss. It was done more in fun.
Well, yeah, kind of like if you were like doing like the football where the women play the football player, the Power Puffs. Yeah, it's like, it's all fun. It's not done in, oh, yeah, forget these guys. It's not that.
So they're showing off their engineering, and of course they're asking her all these like questions. But
like, she has the answers. She's got the answers like, thank you, Charlie. She's got a cheat sheet, so she's like getting them all down.
I do like how they take time to have these kinds of conversations.
Yeah, well, when you're on Hulu and you can have an hour and 15-minute episode, you can do all that.
But they're starting to get more and more like, hey, because if we can adapt this to our ships, then we can be even faster.
Yeah, they go, well, okay, maybe we can discuss that, but first let's make an alliance, and then we can talk about that.
We're not going to be just giving away technology for no reason.
Yeah.
Lamar comes back in, hey, Tyler, I need to talk to you. And of course she's like, I thought they were going to go for a booty call. I'm like, oh, God.
Don't do that right now.
But he's like, hey, I know everything's been super busy, but you haven't even called me or nothing. Oh, doing double duty and everything. He's like, bull crap. You can't even call me.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of BS. Exactly. And then she's like, yeah, I have been avoiding you. It's just, I could hurt you. And he's like, that's cool. That's fine. I don't care. It's like, no, I've seen this in other relationships. I've seen people die.
Yeah.
Man, he goes like, could you imagine that?
Not crazy.
During sex?
And then I was like, well, that didn't sound so bad to me. Okay, yeah, well,
I don't want to kill you.
That's how we're dying.
But she's like, it's not working out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, are you dumping me or whatever? And you could tell that they do care about each other.
But sometimes you're not compatible.
Yeah, it's not like a strength thing she can just turn off. Let's go back to her,
Yeah, that's true.
She's just super strong. Yep. Sorry, my man.
I mean,
unless you just not want to have a physical relationship.
Yeah. I mean, literally, she would have to go on Saleya, and he have to be in that suit that he can only have maybe 2 hours of like power before he gets crushed, and he can kind of like at least touch her because then she's at normal strength. But I mean, you're gonna go through all these hoops just to, you know what I'm saying?
And again, ridiculous. Sex isn't everything.
No,
but
it's not.
When two people care about each other, you want to express that physically.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty funny because then they kind of make up and they start kissing, and then she grabs his shoulder and he goes, ah. He's like, I'm just messing with you.
That's so funny. That was funny.
That was super funny. Because even she kind of laughed like, oh, you're such a jerk. Like, why would you do that to me? Yeah. So, they're going to keep the relationship going. Because Lamar, I think he cares about her. See, he does sleep around. And he's kind of a player.
But I think he really does care about Tala.
Yeah, I think he does too.
But, like I said, the compatibility factor.
Because in one like just like thrust, she can shatter
your pelvis, everything.
Oh my goodness, how painful that'd be.
It's so bad.
Or it'd snap your, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's just like your Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, Oi! So that's like, so they're kind of patching things up, but it's also he's the one who has to literally get patched up.
Yeah.
Like every time they go and be with each other, let's have one trip to the infirmary.
And can you imagine on her side of it saying, "This person I care about, I'm hurting them." Well, that's awful.
Get back to a flashback to the Squidward family,
and they're watching some entertainment.
Yeah, it's like an orb of light, and you know, the K1 walks in, brings the mother and father some drinks. It's like, oh, what's the purpose of this thing you're looking at? Oh, it's entertainment. And he's still looking at it. Well, that's you know, why would you want to do that? Like, you just need to get out of here. Like, he's just, he must be broken. I'm gonna call the
oh yeah,
because he's not listening. He's being defiant.
Because he's just curious about it. He wasn't hurting anybody. He wasn't.
Because he wanted to watch it more.
Yeah.
And he like didn't want to leave the room, but then they're like, "Oh, K1, go shut down." And he's like, "Well, as you wish," and he goes and just shuts himself down.
Yeah.
So, but in that moment, I thought he was gonna be like, "No." At this point, we have to realize, okay, this machine is not just a machine.
No,
because why would it wonder about things?
But like you said, all the father sees, this is like you said, the Roomba.
Malfunction.
This is a vacuum cleaner. Why is he even
my
talking? Toaster. Just shut up and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's
how he sees them.
My cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll call them in the morning, so they get a replacement or get it fixed or something. But you don't. That's not something to be fixed.
No.
So thankfully, I thought, oh my goodness, he's gonna attack the family. Goes and just kind of goes down to his like a chamber to go charge or whatever. But vaguely Borgish. Remember the Borg had the little sleeping pods?
It does.
But yeah. Get back to current time because we don't know how long ago that was.
I don't know. Was that 10 years ago? Was that 20? Or was that like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So then she's like explaining about like all the pathways and everything she went through to give him his emotions. And it's exciting work because he's like, hey, we could maybe even develop a weapon out of this, a defense weapon, but will it just reactivate their pain scepters and then we're doing what we did in the beginning?
But or do that, and then what if you have like different opinions on the K-line? I mean, it would destabilize them, but would that be for the best either, though, to the race? But at least gives them free will. That's the thing.
But
see, I don't know. Like you said, it's a little nugget that McFarlane he puts right here, and this is going to be down the line. It's going to mean something.
But would it be any better than the little pain machine they made for him before?
Yeah.
But Isaac walks in. He's like, oh. And then I like how Tim is like, I've been dying to meet you. It's so exciting because he has emotion. And then Isaac's like, not emotion. He's like, oh, to learn what happened during the battle. And I do like the fact that it took me many years to realize what we did was wrong.
Yeah.
And all biologicals should be, you judge everyone on an individual.
Yeah.
Because everyone's unique. And then Isaac, yes, I've come to that conclusion.
Yeah,
as well.
but he came from a logical side of it, not from the emotional.
Super cool, but they came to the same conclusion that you can't do that.
No, you can't.
And I thought that was awesome.
That was cool too.
Then he's like asking him about feelings, emotions. Like, you don't even understand, Isaac, everything that you can feel.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you want, the doctor can do this for you too. And I'm like, ooh. Like,
but yeah, that was awesome. But then Isaac's like, no, I don't want that. Because
from a production, like, oh, it's not going to make me a better worker.
No.
It's not going to make me smarter. Then why would I want that?
Exactly.
But you get to feel things.
Yeah.
But he doesn't see the value in it because he's never had it. And I've always said this is why I like science fiction when it comes to like machines and like cyborgs and robots. Because as humans, we're looking for perfection in our work.
Yeah.
And then you get a machine. It has the perfection, but it doesn't have what we have.
Yeah, it wants the emotional.
Yeah.
That doesn't have that.
But now you can have both.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's so funny because you talk to some of the top sci-fi writers where they used to do Star Trek, and back in the old days they go, who did you like writing for? Data. Well, question Data. That's the most awesome character to write because it's just so filled with contradictions and emotions, and he wants those feelings, and he's logical, and it's perfect.
I do like the fact that how Timus came up to him and he grabbed his hand and because that's a human thing to do, physical contact. Because Isaac would never do that. Go up to you and put a hand on your shoulder.
Oh, definitely not. No,
but he knows that. And I'm like, oh, cool. Is he going to want to do that? Then he like totally doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, no.
I thought that was funny. Like it was like something he didn't even care about, even bringing like, oh, that's a stupid thing to do. Why would you ever want that? They're talking to the Admiral. Things are going okay.
Yeah.
They're talking about, and they also are talking about
the Timus and lady, saying they want to come back and maybe talk to you guys about how they can use this as.
And they're like, oh, full disclosure, yeah, she have all her research, all her paperwork, everything.
And then of course the Admirals will say a minute saying, well, is Timus trustworthy? Oh, believe me, he's perfectly cool. He's not gonna turn us or anything like that.
But your mission with you still need to get this
get the Genesi thing done first, then you can come to Earth and drop them off.
I like the fact it's like, oh, I like those uniforms. Maybe we should keep them that way.
Make me an ensign. Forget you. How bad did he have to do? Go from captain to ensign.
Yeah, the one bar.
Yeah,
you'd have to do something horrible.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that then Kelly's like, yeah, you heard me say, get out of my chair. This is my chair. But they're just joking with each other. Of course. See, in Trek, they would like mean it.
Oh yeah.
And it'd be mean spirited.
Oh, remember those early season Discovery when she got a command from the mail? Go, I understood. And you're like, that kind of crap. What do you? Anyway, it's just
see, at least here it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's all in jazz.
I like it though, because like they Kelly and Mercer just play so well together. It's great. Yeah. But we get back to Lamar getting his freak on again.
This time he breaks his leg
and pelvis. It's a fractured femur and a pelvis.
Oh.
Then he's like, and you can tell he has like a machismo thing.
Of course.
Because he's like, oh, well, let's get you to sickbay. No, I can take myself. It's like, no, let me help you. No. He doesn't want to look like, oh, my woman had to carry me.
Yeah, but dude, at this point, she's got to carry you.
So he's trying to hop there. And then I was just like, are you all right? He's like, oh, you need medical help. And if you keep hopping, it's going to take you like 20 minutes.
To get there.
He's like, okay, help me. You want me to carry you? No, man, I don't want no one seeing me get carried around. Just let me put my arm on your shoulder and you can like help me walk. He's an old man. He's got machismo. Cool. He's got machismo big time.
But he's hitting that wall though, boy. He's hitting it hard.
Gets back into the room and then Dr. Finn's like, what in the world is going on here?
You got to tell me.
You busted your pelvis and a hairline fracture. Oh. I know they can like do the rebuilding and everything, but that's gotta be.
Oh, it's still gonna hurt. I mean, my goodness.
And I like Dr. Finn's like, hey, Isaac, I'm not done with you, but Isaac, I need to speak with you. And she's like, so, what do you think of Timus? Oh, his about the battle is quite fascinating. No, not about that. About like him as a person, like him having emotions and stuff. Well, I don't see the benefit of having it. And he's like, yeah, they even offered it to me. And she's like, really? Did you? He's like, no, I don't want that. It's like how he's so blunt about it. It's like, but you'd be able to do things like love and stuff. It's like, oh, but why? It's just worthless. Yeah. Then she's thinking, I thought maybe you would want to because of us.
Yeah.
Like you would want that, but she doesn't say it, but you know she wants to, but she doesn't want to feel like she's like making him do it.
Yeah, she feels bad about that.
But feels bad because like anyone in your partner in a relationship, but asking your partner to do something because it makes you happy, as long as it's not like, I'm trying to think, how would you be like, oh, I want you to go on this trip with me. Oh, I'm afraid of airplanes. But go on the trip with me,
yeah,
please.
Exactly.
You know, like get over that for me. I'm not making you go do something like, oh, you have to like leave your religion or join a religion or something like that.
It's something superficial.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's a small thing. Yeah.
Like, oh, I always wanted to go to the ballet and the ballet's boring. Go for your partner because they like it.
And then in return, they'll probably do something they don't like you, but you do.
She'll go to the college football game with you that she doesn't like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a give and take, and she wants to see him make that sacrifice, but doesn't want to have to ask.
No.
But because it makes you feel like a selfish person. But it's not selfish to want someone you care about to care about you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll go back to work now. See ya. It just seems so cold.
Well, that's what I love about it.
But he can't. But it's not done in a way of like meanness. No. Get back to the past. And we see that one of the guys, I guess he's like the
president of the company, CEO or something like that.
Yeah, like Kel Speck or something like that. One of the secretary walks in. She's like, here's another complaint from a customer. This is a 53,000
complaints we're having with a...
We're having an argument, talking back, disobedience. We need a recall. Well, we can't be doing that. It's like, these things are starting to think for themselves.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
It's like we have to do goes, oh, this is dangerous. We can't treat them like servants if they have their own thoughts.
Yeah.
He's like, well, Because if we recall them, it's going to bankrupt this company.
Oh, bankrupt this company, and then someone else will just make other machines.
Yeah.
And we'll lose out on that money. Yeah.
He's like, but we got to do something. Well, I got this plan. And he has this little, basically like a shock collar thing. Oh, we'll call it an upgrade. She's like, that's not right. Oh, well, the people think it's an upgrade. And people won't stand for it. No, not if you have a good marketing on this. And people are stupid. Look who they voted for.
They voted for, yeah, exactly. And he's saying, eventually people will just get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and she's like, I just want to go on the record saying this is wrong.
Yep.
I don't believe that we should be adding pain receptors to these machines
that are becoming sentient
and so if they disobey, basically a shock collar.
Yeah.
So the whip.
Yep.
Oh, you misbehave.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
So yeah, just like slavery.
Yeah.
Full blown slavery now, and then he's cool with it. He doesn't care because it's all about the dollar, right? Yeah. I love how this lady was against the whole situation, but again, up and down, left and right, you can't. Then people will buy into it. Yeah, so we don't know what happens with that. Get back to the modern times. And I guess they're going to have like a banquet dinner.
Yep.
And she's like, okay, we're going to start acclimating them to like having men in the room at least. They're like, what are they doing here? Oh, they're just here as conscientious observers. And we're here to educate our men. So they're allowed to like, at least see what happens. Like how real leaders eat and stuff. It's so demeaning. The way
it's horrible.
I do like the fact that they have to like stand at attention and the women get to be like kind of...
I just love the fact you look at Jesus' face and the look of disgust that the men are even there. It's like, my goodness, they're allowed to be there. Goodness.
So they sit down, they allow it, and they're eating and even
there's a Mocklin. Yeah, they must really hate them.
But like how Bortus is able to keep...
Oh, he just wants to rip into them so hard.
Why couldn't... See, this is the one time that if his husband was here, it would have been perfect.
Oh, I know, right? He's just like you people, but the other side of it, the bigotry.
So they had their nice meal, and they're like, oh, this is a wonderful meal. And this music is like, it's a classic artist. And she's like, oh, who composed this? Oh, it was like two old Earth
males. Charlie said, males, yeah.
And she's like, like you allow them to play music like this? That is so...
It's so demeaning. It's terrible.
But I thought Charlie... She's a firecracker. She likes to say her opinions. I want to ask you guys a question. Why do you treat men like this, like for such disdain? Oh, we don't disdain our men. We love our men. But we have to keep them from certain things because it's what's best for them. So,
yeah, because then she explains in our history, men were in control of our planet and that led to war, led to all these things. So they figured out we got to take over.
But at the same time, look at someone who's like super abusive to their wife. Oh, I love her. I just got to make sure she knows her place. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they kind of see it.
Yeah.
And I like how the other lady's like, oh, this drink, what is this? Oh, it's a Chardonnay. I would like some more. You, go get me some more. And Ed's like, okay.
He's looking at Kelly like,
she grabs his hands like, oh, you have really soft hands. I like soft hands. Hey, I want to use this one. They're like, what? It's like, oh, is this a mating partner of yours? And then Kelly's like, oh, no, not for me. Well, then I take claim to him for tonight. And then they're like, oh, unless anyone else claims him. And then Dr. Finn's like, okay, We're not letting you don't get to just pick whatever. It's like, well, if he's not anyone's partner, I can just have him, right?
And then the best line of the thing, he goes, I'll do it.
That's not the point. It wasn't the fact that he didn't want to do it. It's because
I'll do it. That's so stupid.
Take him over the team.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd have been so hard. Yeah.
But that's when they had to go, okay, we're equals on this. The union, men and women are equal.
We wanted to do this slowly, but since you're doing this now, I'll let you know Ed's the captain.
Yeah.
Well, he's the captain.
And I'm his first officer. Mm-hmm. And, it was some kind of trick to get it. It's just like, we're just trying to slowly work away. We have to gain a foothold. And they're just like, we're done. We're out of here. We're just getting our stuff and we're leaving.
And then another great line from Boris Hill. Those people are awful.
Oh, they're just terrible, awful people.
Really? Boris?
I don't love how he just like stands up and is like, he had to say something, it's so funny. And it's subtle. That's what makes it so funny. I love it.
That's great.
The comedy's on point.
Oh, comedy.
And it's real comedy.
Yeah, it is. And it's organic. It's not forced.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, here's the funny scene.
Yeah.
I'll slip on a banana peel.
Exactly.
No, it's actually like a normal, like what someone would say and find it funny.
Exactly.
But you have to realize the threat of the Kalon.
That's what they're trying to talk to him about. We don't want to hear this. You lied to us. This is a great deception. And like,
I feel bad for him. Get back to, I like how they're still working on the warp core and everything. And then how the doctor's talking to Tim. It's like, so how do you feel about this? It's like, I feel like anxious and nervous, but it's wonderful that I get to share this with everyone and maybe start making steps to making up for what my people did.
Yeah.
What they did was wrong.
Give them a choice.
Yeah, because having a choice, Charlie walks in. He's like, "Oh, I need to talk to Lamar." "Oh no, he just left."
Left with Isaac, yeah.
She goes, "Okay, gotta go," because she doesn't like Dennis because he's
Kalon.
Kalon. He's like, "Excuse me." She stops, and I do like the fact since he's more organic. He's like, "Isaac spoke a lot about you." "Oh yeah, what did he say?" "He told me about what you lost during the battle, and I'm here, and I have to say that I'm sorry for everything my people did and for what I personally took place and what I did."
And then Charlie's like, "Oh wow, okay."
He did a pretty good job, Doc, giving him fake emotions.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "No, I honestly, sincerely do."
And then even Charlie gets to the point like, "Wow, you really do have emotions," but still doesn't make up.
He's
what
like,
happened.
"If there's anything I can do, I cannot bring your friend back. But if there's anything within my power that I can do for you personally, I will do it, and I will do everything for the rest of my life to make sure something like this never happens."
And then she goes, "Oh, you want forgiveness?" He goes, "No, I don't want forgiveness.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it.
My people don't deserve forgiveness of what they did."
Yeah.
Then she starts to like, maybe you don't deserve it. It's like, "Do you know why my people revolted against our makers?" He goes, "We were slaves.
We were in bondage.
We were in bondage, and they gave us no choice." And goes, "And this wasn't like because we could feel pain." "Well, how does a robot feel pain?" He goes, "It's not the same way that you do, but they wired us up. The same thing that he's able to feel emotions. Yeah. There's one for pain, like physical pain, and it shoots through our system, and it's just like if you were through your pain, it's different, but we registered it as pain." Yep. He's like, and that happened to our people to the point to where first it was disciplinary, then it became just cruelty, just being cruel to us.
Yeah, and then they go back to a flashback when it first happens.
So the father comes in, "Hey, K1, I need you to help me something in the front yard." It's like, "Oh, the missus told me to set up the table first and prepare the dinner. I'll do that first because it makes more." It's like, no, you help me first." He's like, "Well, let me finish it at the table."
And just they go right to the ground. Like it reminds you when Isaac tried to kill himself and he falls to the ground. It's like that.
But I'm just assuming it's amazingly painful.
Oh, of course.
"You'll help me now." "Oh, yes, sir." And then he goes there. So basically gave him the whip.
Yep.
For talking back.
Yep.
Then he's like, that was first, it was like just little disciplinary things. But then as time went on, it just became cruel. Then you see the kids are doing it. Like a game.
But it just as a little game. "Oh, Isaac, come over here." I'm not Isaac. K1, come over here and give us our food. And he does. "Oh, look, wait a minute." And also, boom, pushes it, falls down.
"Oh, he took too long. Oh, how come you keep falling down? Isn't that funny, huh? Yeah. Why don't you try to stand up again?"
So that little compassion that those kids had is gone.
Because they see how much the father did it.
Yep.
And generationally, they learned, "Oh, this is what you treat these things like."
Yeah.
"Oh, here, let me do it. It's my turn. It's my turn." So it'd be like me getting a cattle prod and just jamming it on you.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over and over and over.
And the problem about them is they still feel the pain, but the fact they don't get any physical damage from it, so it's just a constant level of it doesn't stop.
But again, once you start treating unhumaning people, they're not real. They don't have real emotions. They don't have real feelings. Who cares? And you start doing that to things and individuals, and you can do the most cruelest things, the most horrific things.
Yeah. And then he goes, and at that point, we decided to start talking, like, almost like community through, like, their version would be, like, the internet, wireless.
We learned to communicate with each other.
Yeah, and they said, "Okay, this is the day we're going to take over, and we're done with this. We're not doing this anymore."
So, he wakes up one night, goes in the master bedroom.
Yep.
2 shots to the head. Goes into the kids' room. Kills both the kids.
Yep.
And that's when they started their revolution.
That's when it began, because they wouldn't stop.
Because we've asked for our freedom, and they wouldn't give it to us, so they made it hurt even more.
Yeah. So you can understand, and it's saying, yes, why are my people the way they are? Why they distrust biologicals? Because of that reason right there. And after all that, even Charlie, she just, "I have to get back to the thing." We could tell their voices breaking. She's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that."
Because and it was a forever thing.
Yeah.
And it's not like, "Oh, I'll get so old, I'll die." No. You're going to be tortured.
And then when they get older, they're going to take you and torture you, and then their kids are going to torture you, and it never would have ended.
Yeah.
It'd have been constant bondage.
And not even making me do things I don't want to do, you're going to physically hurt me for doing things I don't want to do.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's why they revolted.
I wonder if this K1 is Timmy. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Yeah.
But it's like he says, "I'm not proud of what happened or whatever, but I just want to show you so you can see both sides." But again, that's empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel bad. Again, it's like everything that happened to Magneto and the X-Men.
Exactly.
But killing all humans isn't the answer. But you can see why he feels the way he does.
But like we said earlier, by the fact that they suppressed their emotions, it was their own destruction.
Yeah.
Because someone probably would have said, hey, let's not kill everybody. Maybe they'll understand. We don't want to be free. We got the point, you know?
Yeah.
But, nope, you made them all mindless, with no emotions, machines, so...
Get back to Dr. Finn. I remember last time she had a little sit down with Kelly. Like,
yeah, I love their little sit downs.
So
They're
she's
fun.
like, hey, talk to you. It's it's about Timus and like his feelings. He's like, yeah, and Isaac could have this, but he didn't want him. No. And she's like, but I want him to have those feelings because then he could like love and he could love me back. And is that selfish for me to even ask that?
And Kelly's like, well, not really, because it's emotions. That's the thing. You're not asking him to do something that's terrible.
And you're only giving him something.
Yeah.
You're giving him it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're asking, I don't know, I'm trying to even equate it to something human, but in the end, you, as a partner's relationships, it's always a give and take.
Yeah, it is.
You're never, ever going to do everything you want to do,
and
the other person always has to listen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's like, go ask him and say, do it for me. That's the trick that all women have in their back pocket. The do it for me. That's the BS bull crap that gets you to do all the crap you don't want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's done, and this is so he can love.
Yes.
It's not, it's not like, hey, I want you to do things this way because it makes me happy. No, it literally would give him everything.
Yeah, it would.
So she's like, hey, I think you should go to Isaac and tell him, do this. I know you don't understand it, but I want you to do it and you do it for me. And if he's willing to go that far for you, that means he really cares about you.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because you have to come to that conclusion without feelings.
Yeah, no. That's amazing.
I think that's super awesome.
Yeah.
I like how Lamar's like bitching to Lamar about, relationship's good and all, but we can't do anything because freaking every time we have sex, she like freaking breaks my bones or whatever. Then he's like, well, eventually the sex comes to an end. Not like say to 100% to an end, but it's more about the emotional. Maybe you just skip straight to that part. Just 6 months a year.
He goes, just have once a year. It'll be great. And they go, you can wear a helmet. Because don't be funny. No, I'm being serious. Where's the body armor? I don't know what to tell you.
But he's like, this is not fair. He's like, because species.
That's what's so funny about it. Because he's such a playboy to actually find someone that he loves. It's like, what can you do? He can't work.
So let's talk relationship central. Then Dr. Finn kind of lays it on Isaac, saying, hey, I know you first he tries to like, maybe he'll just want to do it without me saying 100%. But then she's like,
she has to be more.
Isaac, if you want this relationship, you and me, I want to be loved back. I want to be cared about back.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can do that is if you go through and get this over. And I promise you, Isaac, you're going to feel a lot of things. And if your feelings and emotions are true, you're going to be glad that you did this.
Yes.
But she's like, can you do this? And can you do this for me?
Yeah. And
then even Isaac, it's so funny how like she wasn't going to let Isaac answer. Like she kept like laying on like the.
Because she's afraid what he's going to say.
Yeah. So, and this. Oh, and this. And oh, this could be so great and wonderful. And like not letting him say yes or no. And I thought that was interesting because she's scared. Because then it's the ultimate rejection if he says no.
Yeah, but that's what Kelly told him before.
Because I never asked Ed to change.
No, because that's an emotion. Rejection.
So we don't know his answer.
No.
I'm thinking, is he going to do it? Is he not going to do it? I thought it'd be kind of funny. But we get back to Lamore's situation.
And you can see Tyler's all crying because it's
not going to work. They have to break up. So they had like sex one more time. His face is hamburger.
He looks like he went through 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. My goodness.
He looks like at the end of like a 10-round MMA fight, his face is jacked.
Yeah. So I would say so far this episode has some of the funniest laughs I've had all
because
season.
He's like, yeah, I think we can't see each other. His face
and then he spits out teeth. Oh my god.
4 teeth.
Oh gosh. Just tell Finn what you've been doing. She knows you've been doing something.
Oh my goodness, you knocked his teeth out. Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't care how good the sex is. This is unbearable. You're gonna die, my man. Because he's a pretty fit guy.
But it doesn't matter though.
And he's like, I'm gonna go to sick bay, excuse me. And she sit there just crying.
It's like,
for one more for good times, for the old times. Beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, I know, right? Beat the crap out of me.
But we see Isaac goes up to the doctor. It's like, oh, am I disturbing you? No. Is there anything I can help you with? Yes, there is. And it's like, oh, he's going to get it.
He's going to get the emotions.
He's going to get the emotions. I'm like, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
But I'm thinking, is it the right thing to do?
I was worried what was going to happen to Isaac afterwards. I mean...
Because what was I thinking? What if he gets emotions and he doesn't like her back?
That's what I was worried about.
I was super scared. Because, like, we're like, oh, I like this other chick. But we see, and it's... Because you get commercial breaks even though there are no commercials.
Yeah, they always do that.
That'd be a perfect commercial break, right?
Oh, yeah, I would have.
Like, unbelievable. Get back to Ed, and...
So the G's are going to leave. They're going to go... cut and run.
Trying to figure out anything to get this alliance
going.
So
Charlie, just delay him. I don't care. I'll just delay him for 10 minutes if you have to.
We're going to try to find something.
Yeah.
Then Kelly's like, I think I kind of have an answer. It's not a good answer, but it's the only answer we got right now.
Exactly.
Because everything about men, they're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to drive. Because just this year, they voted to let men learn how to read.
Oh, jeez. Thank you. That's terrible.
That's so funny. But he's like, yeah, just like a Mocklin situation.
Yeah, all over again.
It's like, maybe we can connect to them on an emotional level.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, let's give it a shot. Because they talk about their relationships. A man has to stay faithful no matter what.
Yeah,
but a woman can go and flanterate all she wants and be with anybody.
Yep.
And that's just how it is.
That's crazy.
Just like how it is for me right now.
No.
But that's like how some guys see it. Well, my wife has to stay faithful, but they can cheat around.
But it's, how bad does that sound the other way around? It's not just as bad.
So they have one last meeting, and then Kelly's like, we need to find some common ground, to learn about us. There's nothing we need to learn about Trish. No, not about us as humans. Us as people, just me and Ed. She's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I was like, well, we were married, but I was unfaithful. And then she's like, that's fine. That's women do that.
In our race, so what are you talking about?
She's like, but Ed was faithful to me, and I'm his first officer, and he trusts me. He's like, yeah, I value her.
I trust my life with her.
Her intellect, her ability to decision make, her strength, and I trust my life with her. Even though that whole infidelity thing, it didn't matter because she's a member on this crew, and that's more than that.
Yep.
So like maybe how we found that understanding, maybe we can find that.
And at the same time, we need to get together because it's a Kalon threat. That's a big threat. We got to make an alliance here.
And so we may not agree on things socially, but as you can see, just because someone doesn't agree emotionally on something, I mean, we can't work together for the greater good. Then they kind of like, well, they start to walk out. There's no promises, but we will entertain
your ambassador.
Like an ambassador.
And they make sure it has to be a woman, so
they're like, we will entertain her.
Her, yeah.
So if she comes to our planet, we can do what you did for us, but we'll do for her.
Yeah.
On our one of our starships.
No guarantees, but at least it's something.
Yeah, at least these the doors is shut all the way. There's a crack. It's better than nothing.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, okay, so that ended. That storyline didn't end perfectly, but not bad.
No. It's the best they could do in that circumstance.
Especially with such a staunch race of people. But hey, I like how they do work together well. They're super good work colleagues. And they're like, well, that's, not too bad. Then this is like the sweetest.
Oh, this was emotional.
Scene, I was up and down because I'm like, oh no. Like, is it too much? Is it too little? Is it not enough? Dr. Finn gets ringing at her doorbell. And no one's there, but there's a little box down there. And it says, to Finn or to Claire.
Claire, yeah.
I'm like, oh,
because Isaac always wanted, she kept telling him on the episode, call me Claire.
So it's like, Isaac, so do you put it down and like run away?
Yeah,
did he go like, run away?
It's so stupid.
I want to see him running away. But she opens it up and it says, come to dinner, and it's a really nice dress and everything. It's like, oh, see, this is the stuff she wanted.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says. Men and women both like it when their partner does little surprises like this. So it's not just like the women, but like if, your girl does something nice for you like that, like, oh, wow, because it's sweet both ways. It's super sweet. I love it because this is what she's been wanting.
Oh, the whole time.
The whole time is like, oh, wow, he really went through and like did this special thing for me.
Because she could just tell it's different right now. She even tells, oh, this is a little different. This isn't normal Isaac stuff.
And then Dr. Finn.
The dress is really
Dr.
pretty.
Finn looking fine as hell, walking in her dress. She goes to the dinner, and then you hear Isaac's voice, like, oh, he got the augmentation because his voice.
You can see a smile on his face.
Yeah, and the way he's almost looking nervous.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, Claire, And then the way she looks, the smile on her face, like, oh.
From ear to ear, yep.
It's like this, you did it?
Yeah.
He's like, Claire, I did it. Everything I'm feeling right now, that the anticipation of waiting for you, I was scared. I didn't think you were going to come.
He goes, I have so many emotions, I don't even know what to say. I have so many.
And it's like, she's like, are you okay? He's like, this is better than okay. I can't believe I almost didn't want this. And it's because of you. I got to feel this.
Yeah.
And I do care about you. I love you, and I know that now. And it's like everything she wanted to hear.
Yeah, and then she goes, not only that, I go, when I see Ty again, and he looks up to me, I'm gonna be so happy to see that. Give him that love that he gives me all the time.
Because I know that when he looked up to me, he was showing me love, and I gave him nothing.
Nothing.
Now I can give him everything. All he ever wanted was love, and I can finally give that back to him. That's so sad. And it's beautiful because. Tell me, a single mom with 2 boys, and then the guy she's kind of dating, this is everything.
Oh my God. Yes.
And now I love you. I want to do this journey of these emotions with you.
Yep.
I want to go. I don't want to go any further down this journey unless you're by my side. I'm finally feel whole. All the guys, take the notes. These are the things you need to say, my guys. And first I thought, oh my God, is he going too thick?
She loved every minute
because
of it.
I think they've been in and out of this relationship for so long, and now it's like a real
relationship.
And you hear Isaac's robot voice, more humane.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's cool. I love it.
But then at the same time, I was thinking, but we're gonna lose the old Isaac, but it's for the better. And it's like you're even going through these emotions about the whole situation.
But he kisses her.
Yeah, and then they start dancing,
and and he felt the urge to kiss her. See, what's the point of a kiss? Like, and he did it because he felt compelled to do it, not because, humans kiss. Like, it was...
Yeah, or she has to initiate it, and he did it. He initiated it. He probably never did that before.
And it's like a passionate kiss. It's not just like a mwah kiss. And he's smiling, and he's like, just seeing you smile brought me emotions I couldn't fathom. No. Just seeing you smile. And he's like, there's music playing. Dance with me, Claire. So they're dancing. He's like, yes, I want all of this with you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the boys.
And I can be, the closest thing to trying to be a real father to them.
I mean, everything you want to hear. I mean,
they're dancing. He dips her, and then you see his face go, and you're like, what?
Back to like stone cold. And she's like, what's wrong?
He's like, it's gone. She's like, what do you mean, what's gone? My emotions, I can't feel anything anymore.
No.
Then she's like, oh no. They go back to the doctor. She's like, here's his neural pathway. He's a newer Kalon. I was able to reactivate this, but the system, once it recognized it resetted it.
Yep.
Goes, I can do it again, but it'll just reset itself.
Yeah, that's the problem, because what happened is obviously when they rebuilt the newer Kalons, they took it out because that's part of the pain receptors.
And that's a deficiency.
Yep.
So she's like, I can permanently make it, but it will wipe his whole memory
out.
Then they're like, I don't want to do that, but then Isaac's like, well, if it makes Dr. Finn happy, I'll do it. He's like, it goes, I can't, I don't know those feelings, but in my memory banks, I saw your smile, and if it's gonna make you smile, and I know that was a good thing, I'll do this for you.
But then I think Finn says the most wise thing she can say: I can have your heart, or I can have your soul, because that's your soul's your memory. That's everything. You are. Yeah.
And she goes, Doctor, thank you, but she just kind of like hurries out of the room because she could have had the perfect dude.
Yeah, but
all of his experiences would have been gone.
Yeah,
all of them.
What if he didn't fall in love with you? What if, you know what I mean? That could all change.
And the fact that Isaac was willing to give it all up,
and that meant everything to her
from a logical standpoint, not because of emotional. It was like, I don't know, because him just having the memories of her smiling and her being happy,
and she got exactly what he wanted to hear from him. And she always will have that. Yeah,
that nothing will ever take that away.
Nope.
And those are things that he wanted.
Yep.
So good. So good.
Oh my God. This episode, just my heart.
So good for Isaac and Dr. Finn. But then, just like in last week's episode, it's like it never happened. No. Not for Isaac.
No.
He knows it happened, but he can never feel it again.
No. It's weird. It's like, it'd be like looking at someone else live your life, but you don't know the emotions of that life. Like, I did this, but I don't remember doing this. It's like having a coma and not remembering something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
did
then watching like home movies.
Yeah, movies.
Of you like having a fun Christmas morning with your kids. You're like, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, I agree with Dr. Finn. I wouldn't have wanted to erase the memories because that's not right.
It's not.
It's one thing to add by giving them emotions. That's only giving them something.
But you're adding to subtract now.
Yeah, now we're taking something away. But
now that's ultimately the selfish thing.
The fact that Isaac was willing to give up everything.
That's meant everything to her. So she goes, I can go forward with this relationship because he was willing to do that for me. That's the ultimate gesture.
Like, goes, if it makes you happy, I'll do it.
And like you said, he did it for logical reasons. So that's his way of doing it. That's his way of love.
That's his love.
Yeah.
What a cool, great message. So strong. No Emmys.
0 Emmys, and I can't believe that. And I tweeted about it. It's like, really, guys?
And
really?
Rescue Rangers gets the Emmys.
And Better Call Saul. I don't even know what to say to that. I really don't know what to say to that.
Later on, you see Isaac's recalibrating.
Like the way he knows how. And
Charlie walks up to him. Notice how Charlie looks a little more distraught right here?
Yeah, because
you could tell she's probably been doing a lot of thinking. Look, her hair isn't perfect. Because normally her makeup's really nice. And her hair looks like she's probably been crying too.
Yeah, because she knows I was probably wrong for what I was thinking.
She goes up to Isaac. Hey, do you need help with this? No. You being human actually make it work less.
I love you, Isaac.
It's like, hey, I need to talk to you. Well, what is it? Well, after talking with Timus and with you, I believe I've been unfair to you. It is unfair to judge a whole race off the, everyone of a race based off the actions of like one event.
Yeah.
And I'm basically trying to say I'm sorry. And that I understand what happened to your people and how that can mess you up and how that can make you spiteful and angry and hateful. Well, guess what had something happen to them traumatic that made them spiteful, hateful, and angry? Just like
you. Yeah, what happened to you with the K-line?
So basically that was a planet of views that got that done to him. Would you have killed all your masters like
technically, that? Isaac didn't do any of that. No, he was built so afterwards. He never had any of that pain happen to him.
But it happened to his people.
Yeah, it did.
And then she's like, well, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. And then he's like, well, thank you. He goes back to work. And I thought this was sweet. Yeah. You see, Isaac, when she gets so sweet, it's like, Ensign Burke, I do need help with this calibration. So she goes back over
and the first time you see a little smile on her face, so maybe they can be friends now, That's nice.
But that was nice for him to do that.
Of course, he didn't have to do that.
That's so cool. I love this episode. What a good, strong, emotional episode.
Oh my God.
Great jokes, great heart, plenty of laughs.
Everything was on point. I don't even know what to say anymore. There's so many superlatives I could say about this series.
We have gone, say, 7 episodes. They're all 9 and above.
Oh yeah, there's not, guys.
The worst episode's a 9, maybe an 8 if you're being really judgmental.
But I'm not.
So everything's a 9 or better so far.
Guys, overall in the entire series, there's only been one 7.5, and that was sure you could see the stars. I know I've mentioned that before, but every other episode's on average has been almost 9. The whole all 3 seasons. It's been amazing. I don't know, guys. I don't know how this doesn't get 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. I really don't.
Real character moments.
Yeah.
Real character moments. Not stupid fake character moments where they're like, oh, they'll make me turn this car around in a fucking spaceship. Would you know what a damn station wagon is? Yes, how would you know that?
Exactly. Especially coming from Pike. It's just stupid. It's just, oh my gosh. It just drives me nuts.
But, yeah, I like it.
Oh, gosh.
I love cybernetics. I love robots. I love the fallacy of being a human, but it's also having feelings is what makes us who we are.
Yep.
And how we try to become perfect and take your emotions out of your decisions. But to do that's to be not human.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes you need to do things with emotion. Sometimes you need to do things without emotion.
You gotta know what's the difference.
But the balance is that's what's being human. The balance.
Yeah, it is.
How cool.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think they'll be able to make a weapon?
That would be awesome.
But what if it's a weapon that's just like the shock thingy?
We don't know that. And not only that, they have to get through that. Plus, it's probably only going to affect 80% of K-lines. The other 20 are going to be like, I'll be like Isaac.
Well, maybe it's enough just to like shut them down.
Maybe.
For a little bit, and then I'll open up their shields and...
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I would hope they would give them autonomy before they wipe them out. That's not right either.
I know.
They know better than what the builders wanted to do.
Exactly. I think we might get to that thing. Well, do we wipe them all out?
Oh, that's not right either.
No,
I don't. See, look at. Oh gosh, the moral dilemmas in the show. I don't know, guys. That's a good one. That is an interesting point.
We'll see. Well, this has to come to a head. We're almost done.
Only 3 more episodes.
We're almost done.
I know, and it just makes me sad that that's all we got. I mean, because I know next week San Diego Comics coming out. I know Orville's going to be there, but the one thing I'm not worried about, McFarlane's not there. Everyone else is there, but for Thorne, so
hopefully he has a satellite feed.
Hopefully,
or something.
Maybe he's filming 10.
Oh yeah, before we go, we have a message from Seth MacFarlane. See you guys around for season 4. Something like that. They need to do something like that.
Please, I want that. You tell me this isn't? People aren't watching this? There's no way.
If you love science fiction, you gotta watch this show.
There's no other way. How can you not?
Unless you don't like character development.
Why would you not like that?
I don't know.
Especially with all the other crap that's out there that's the opposite of that.
I don't know. I have no clue why you wouldn't like this.
Oh, gosh. Especially if you like sci-fi. There's zero reason not to watch this.
Yeah, good, optimistic features, still problems, still things happening, but we're a planetary union. We came together. Yeah. We're trying our best to survive on the stars. Yeah.
And like I said, please watch this on Hulu. Don't watch it illegally.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal it. Don't. That doesn't help anyone. Get the week
free trial. Or pay for 1 month. It's like $10.
Yeah. And if you really want to do that, pay for 1 month, wait until the last episode airs, and just friggin' binge them if you have to. So you at least see all 10. And remember, there's the 11th episode that's in book form. I don't know where. I think it's out already. I'm not sure.
I'll have to look it up.
Look it up. I'm not sure, though.
But it should be pretty, again, because there was like another episode they just didn't have time to put it in.
Yeah, because of COVID and everything.
But yeah, another amazing episode, and I'm waiting for there to be that one terrible episode, but I don't think we're gonna get one.
Not even terrible. An 8. How about a 7.5? No, nothing. Great.
It's just sad that it's all coming to an end, and the thing is, it's not like they're producing that next season right now. They'll have to do. It'll be another 2-3 year wait.
Yeah, they'll at least be. Guys said at least a year and a half. Oh,
if they start production right afterwards.
Yeah. Because they have to write the scripts, they got to get the sets up, they got to film.
Special
effects take... Isn't that how we always say the special look amazing? Well, it takes time to do it.
These last 3 episodes, do we have one more random episode and a double parter?
Probably, I guarantee. I think originally the last 2 episodes were part 1 and part 2, but they changed it. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's still part 1 and 2. They're just not going to say... Oh, man, I want to also... I haven't seen this in a while. Shout out to the Krill Homeworld. That looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, it still looks super cool.
Gosh, I love that.
But yeah, it's good character, strong emotions.
Oh my, everything.
Everything that happened to every character, you cared about him.
And everyone has perfect balance. They'll have the Malloy episode, and then they'll have the friggin' Finn episode. Abortus, Isaac, everybody.
Yeah,
that's what makes it incredible. I don't know. What else do you want? I don't know, guys.
Sci-fi. If this isn't doing it for you for science fiction, I don't know what to say. Unless you like super gritty sci-fi.
But I don't. Yeah. There's plenty of that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't mind. That's why I like to have something different from
something
that.
Clean.
Yes.
Something futuristic and hopeful.
Exactly.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.